So apparently Facebook kicks you off of live stream within like an hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to comment on your video, the one that is now running. Questions from Nicola. Okay, I've got someone on the live. If you're on the live, could you, if you are on the live, can you tag people in it? Because I don't know how I can do that. So if you're on the live with me now, yay! Thank you for making it here. I'm about to answer questions from Lorraine, from Nicola, from Natalie, from Anushka. But if you are on the live, I can't tag people on my phone, which is a nightmare. So if you are here... Oh, yay, Suzanne, it's you. Awesome. Could you just tag Lorraine Panister, Nicola Torres, Natalie, and Anushka for me so that I can make sure I answer their questions? That would be wicked. Yeah, I don't know how I do it. Oh, maybe I can do it. Oh, I've got 4 people watching me now. Okay. If you are here, let me know. Yay! Okay, awesome. Awesome. Yay! Thank you. Tagging people, love it. Okay, good. Right. Yes, you're all amazing. You still look stuck. Yeah, I'm bloody Facebook. I think it's just Facebook and my face. Facebook just likes to make me look like an idiot, right? So you may have to, if you were asking questions after Nicola Torres's question about setting up Facebook groups, please can you copy and paste those questions in here, and I will make sure I answer them again because I can't see them on the other blimmin' what's it? Sorry guys. Oh, I can. Now they've popped up. This is so bizarre. Okay, cool. So, Nicola, when you're setting up your Facebook group, there are a couple of really basic things you need to do. Firstly, have your name in the URL, so the name of your Facebook group. I've got the Fabulous Female Entrepreneurs. At the end, it goes facebook.com/groups/Fabulous Female Entrepreneurs. You can do that in the basics when you're setting up your group. Just makes it a little bit easier for people to get to. Second thing I do is make sure you've got the right tags in your group. The ones under this group, I think, are entrepreneurship, coaching, and probably sales or marketing. But having those tags will actually help people search for your group and, you know, search for groups that are covering similar things to you, and that can help you get some more people into your group unwittingly, really, who just kind of stumble across you. And the same thing with having things like descriptions. Make sure you do have a group description, make sure it really outlines what it is that you're trying to achieve, and ideally, if you can, make sure you link an opt-in to it, so you've got people going from your group to your email list so that you can nurture them even more, give them even more value, right? So that would be the basic things I would do. The other things I would do, if you've got people who are already interested in your group, definitely set it up, and maybe set it up with something super engaging right from the start, right? Set it up with a challenge immediately so that people can go get immediate value from you, really see how you work, really see what it is that you want to achieve, and you know what it is that you're trying to do for them as a community. Does that help? There's some other questions here. Let me try and grab them on my laptop and see whether I can see them. Okay, so we've got Nicola's, which was the one about the Facebook group. Natalie, I have a very silent community, but I feel that only part is my ideal client, so it's time to get more people in. Yeah, exactly. So start going out and promoting your group. Start talking to people about it. Start telling people why they should join your group. What are the benefits of joining your group? What are they going to get? What are they going to learn? What are going to be the results of joining your group? What kind of people will they get to meet? You know, being really prescriptive, like we were talking about earlier, about the sorts of people you want in that group. Lorraine, I think it's because the notification things has changed, so notifications are turned off on pages they followed a year ago. Yeah, that's a real pain in the ass. Can you maybe do a post about turning on notifications so that people can actually see your page and follow? And maybe it's worth sending out an email to your list as well and letting them know that they need to turn the notifications on too. That might help. I'm just trying to think. Maybe also try and put that in a graphic, because Facebook, typically on business pages, it likes pictures. So that might help you kind of get around that too. Anushka, engaging and growing is something I find really hard. Maybe I have the wrong idea of my group. I think people don't see the value. There are some promo threads in many groups already just thinking out loud. No worries, Shoshana. Like, I'm so glad you were able to kind of spend time with the kids. That's awesome. Like, catch the replay and definitely turn on your notifications. You know, catch all the replays because you can always put in questions afterwards and I'll still answer them. Anushka, with regards to that, when you say that people you don't think they necessarily see the value in what they're doing, maybe it's worth doing like a little Facebook Live, or maybe it's worth doing an intro video in your group that's like the pinned post that tells people more about what you're supposed to do, right? Like, and more about what you're supposed to be doing in the group, and explaining that it's not just promo threads, it's actually ways to explore different joint ventures with people, because you've got a really, really cool group and a really, really cool idea for what they can do. Maybe people just aren't realizing the true value behind that, because in the entrepreneurial world we're really taught to be ourselves, you know, and to be on our own and to do everything alone, and actually a lot of people don't understand how powerful joint ventures can be. That was Lorraine's stuff about the notifications being switched on and how to do that. Post along with screenshots, but they never see it because it's switched off. Boo! Okay, definitely keep posting more on your Facebook page, because it will be flagging up. Even if people aren't turning on the notifications, it will be flagging up in news feeds. And it is a case, unfortunately, of keeping posting, checking your insights, posting at popular times for the people that are online for you, and getting them to like and engage and comment on it. And if you need any help with that, just tag me in some stuff, like tag me in your comments and I'll like and engage your posts, and then it will flag it up in other people's news feeds so that they can understand they need to click the turn the notifications people on thing. Shoshana, I find it frustrating that people like me and then never visit again. Again, that could come down to the whole notifications thing that we've just been talking about not having the notifications switched on, but also what are you giving them on your page? Like, and other people on your page signed up to your email list, because it might be worth sending out a thing that says, hey, if you liked my Facebook page and you've got your notifications turned on, it might be worth coming along this week, because this week I'm going to be doing a video series on how to get your kids to eat healthily, or whatever that might look like. So it's giving them automatic value so that they feel like they're getting value for going out of their way to visit your page. Does that make sense? Also, try and set up a group. Like, groups are brilliant. Communities are brilliant. I love communities. Business pages, they kind of suck. They're just useless, right? Nicola, I've not been able to tag people on my business page even if they've liked it. Ugh, really? That's really, really interesting. Is that because people have different named business pages? Like, my business page is still Jessica Lorimer, it's just the public one instead of my personal profile. But I noticed that people like Jane Jones, for example, hers is Inspire Nation Limited. So when you try and tag her in something, you have to tag Inspire Nation Limited rather than Jane Jones. Shoshana, it's mostly podcast recipes and blogs. Okay, so I would send out an email to your email list and be like, look, you know, I'm going to do a whole week dedicated to my podcast and things like that, and really make them show up and take accountability, maybe like a challenge, or you've got that, we have 2 groups, one for mums and one for people. Love that. Okay, amazing. Suzanne, can you tell me exactly how to make sure people have notifications turned on? I was kind of spacing. Yeah, no problem. So if you go to a business page or a Facebook group, there is a little button at the top that says notifications, and it should have a little tick in it. If it doesn't have a little tick in it, it might be that you're just not following those people right now, and so that you don't actually have notifications running, so you don't actually see when they're live or when they post anything. So you just need to go to that little notifications button. It's at the top right hand corner, and it has should have a little tick in it. If it doesn't, you can change it. Lorraine, Nicola, the tagging has gone crazy. I found I couldn't tag people in the FFE group, and only my personal friends' names were coming up. Can I only tag business pages? You should, theoretically, be able to tag anyone on anything, particularly in this group, the FFE group. You should be able to tag anybody that's in it. I find that Facebook gets a little bit funny sometimes, and it will only let me tag people from a desktop or a laptop, not necessarily my mobile. So I don't know whether that's a mobile feature that sometimes Facebook gets a little screwy over. I think I've answered everything. Does anybody else have any questions about community, about growing community? You can't tag people who aren't in a group from within a group. No, exactly. You couldn't tag somebody outside of it. Like if you wanted anybody to join, for example, the Fabulous Female Entrepreneurs group, you would have to add their name into the add members box and I would have to approve them. Yeah, on your Facebook business page, you can tag businesses and personal friends, but not just your fans. You have to make the invitation on your personal page. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Are there any other questions? Any more for any more? No? Yes, maybe? And I guess, so, for me, if there are no more questions, I'm going to head off. But I think for me, the most important message of today is make sure that you are part of a wider community, right? Make sure that you are supporting other people, make sure that you are showing up, make sure that you are selling, but more importantly, make sure you are hanging out with people who keep you in that high vibration, who support you, who really, really help you, and who really, really build your vibe and your tribe, and who you can continue to do that for as well. So it's all about mutual exchange of value. Suzanne, you have followers. Yeah, of course. You can absolutely view who they are. Just go to your personal profile and it will say, however, I have like 160 people or something that follow me. Just click on that button and it will show you. Jane, do you have a strategy about how to come up with what to talk about in Facebook Live? Yeah, I do. I listen to you guys and I listen to what you guys tell me your problems are, what you guys tell me that you need to learn more about, what you guys tell me you're interested in. I listen to current affairs, like what's going on in the wider coaching world, and the wider entrepreneurial community, and I base it around that. I base it on lots and lots of different things that I feel like people need to learn, or that people have told me they need to learn from being in my group or from being in my community. I would probably, and I mean, I started out when I was doing Facebook Lives and talking about all the things that I really, really knew well, and then went on what people actually wanted from me. So start there. Start with what people are talking to you about. Start with what people are saying about your posts on Facebook. What's inspiring them, what's challenging them, what's triggering them, and then start talking about those things first, and then ask them what they want. How do I wipe out Facebook totally? I held down and pressed it. Is there a better way? I'm not an iPhone person, Shoshana, but on an Android, what you can do is you can go into your settings and you can look at the applications that you have loaded and actually delete Facebook that way and then reinstall it. If you hold it down and just press it, I don't think that actually deletes it. I think it just kind of takes it off of your home page or whatever. So just have a look at your settings and maybe Google, because I have to Google stuff with Apple all the time because I'm not a natural Mac user, but the Apple forums have some really, really good threads where they'll teach you how to do that kind of thing, so maybe that's worth a try. Natalie, funnily, your questions help me with my content strategy. I'll be talking more about Facebook and content ideas, for instance. Good. Like, that's the whole thing. You should be talking about the things that inspire you, the things that you can see your audience needs, so I'm really, really glad. Yay! Woohoo! Okay, awesome. Are there any more questions? Is there any I've missed? Is there anything that anybody needs to know about building community, building tribe, anything like that? No? Okay. So the one thing I would say is, today, make sure you stay in high vibe, make sure that you are staying with community that is rising you up, and make sure that you're supporting people in that community and that you're getting the support that you need out of it. Make sure you're promoting your community, make sure you're demonstrating value in your community, and make sure you show people why they should be part of your tribe, right? And if you need anything, shout. I'm always here. Pop it in the comments and I'll be checking back this afternoon. But equally, if you feel like, and this is where I'm going to show you exactly how it's done, right? If you feel like there are other people who could benefit from this message, who could benefit from this group, could benefit from the things that we do in here, the support that we show each other, then please, please, please invite them to the group so that they can get the same experience that you have. Nicola, can you make a live about content strategy? Yeah, totally. If you want to cover content strategy, we can absolutely do that. I will write it on my handy list. So content strategy and how to plan out content and how to create it, right? And we can do that tomorrow if you want. Facebook Live Thursday. Okay, so I will be here at 12 tomorrow. We'll talk about content strategy. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. But have lovely, lovely days wherever you are in the world. From me and from Maxie. And if you need anything, just come give us a shout. We'll see you soon. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.